So I'll start off by turning the pan on to max. No point in hanging around while your water boils. The other implement you need for this is a slotted spoon. You can't do it without a slotted spoon. Quid at Tesco, that sort of thing will get you a nice enough plastic one, but you do need that to drain the water off the eggs. No spinning of all the water here, no vinegar, no nothing like that. We just let the eggs cook, just by being careful with them. If you've got a slow ceramic hob, then you might find it easier just to boil water in the kettle and pour it into the pan. As big a pan as you can find, really, and quite a big depth of water. I've got a good depth of water in there. Better to have too much than too little, because you don't want the eggs sticking to the bottom of the pan, which they'll do if the water is too shallow. Having said that, though, if you've got a non-stick pan, you can sometimes get away with it, but I always put a good amount of water in like that. So often with cooking, timing is the important thing, and timing is important here because we've got to get the bread toasted before the eggs are ready, and the bread takes longer to toast, so we have to turn the toaster on before we put the eggs in. I've got them ready there. I'm not going to do it quite yet. I'll have a little break of filming while the water boils. While you're waiting for the water to boil, of course, you could be making yourself a nice cup of tea to go with your boiled eggs, putting the kettle on, tea bag in, that sort of thing. Anyway, coming up to the boil, I'm going to turn on the toast now, because I want the toast to have at least a minute's lead on the eggs going in. The water's boiling, you can see it's all moving around now, and that's a problem when you put the poached eggs in. So you've got to stop all of that convection as best you can. You could turn the pan off. If you've got a ceramic hob, slide it to the one side very gently. Just let the water settle, and then we'll break the eggs in. Now, breaking the eggs in, it's just like making an omelette. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it on the edge, just break the shell, put our thumbs in and drop it in. But we've got to be careful not to burn our fingers today. We want the egg to go in. There it is, broken open. The egg to go in as gently as possible so it doesn't all spread around. In goes my first egg. But I don't want to drop it from too high a distance. I also don't want to burn my fingers as I put it in from splashing or whatever. One egg in, 2 eggs in. Now, some people would just leave that as it is and just let them cook on their own. I always put a bit of heat under the pan again, and if you've got the pan over there, you could slide it back on. But the ceramic hobs, they take a long time to use their heat up. Zooming in on these eggs, you can see they cook more or less from the outside in, and it's quite difficult sometimes to tell when they're actually cooked all the way through. But there's no harm in just lifting them a little with your slotted spoon, and you can even take them out like that to have a look. That's not quite cooked, so leave that a little longer, as long as you don't cause too much turbulence in the water. Now, I haven't actually given my toast quite long enough. I'm going to pop some pieces up, and oh, it's time. It is time for the toast. Across at my plate here, can I just say that when you're putting the spread on, and this is a Lurpak I'm going to put on these, some people get a bit upset if when you put the spread on, you don't put the spread all the way to the corners. So there we are, right up to the corners. Likewise this piece here. A bit more needed on that piece there. Now, personally, I like my poached eggs on just plain toast. So my pieces of toast are those. And let's sit back across to the eggs. I think they're about ready. Yeah, those look good to me. I'll zoom out again. In with a slotted spoon. Gently lift them out. Let them drain, let the water drain off. You can see that it's gone solidly white there now. One poached egg. Gently, gently lift from the bottom. The yolk in the middle. We can always pull out the white. Oh, I've burst that one. There we are. Bit careless there. But all the extra bits I can pull out. And there we have poached eggs on toast.